Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 9 of the Bath City Save. Before we bring you up to date on everything, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro music. Well, here we go, episode 9 of the Bath City Save, and when we last saw you, we had just been beaten by Arsenal in the third round of the FA Cup. So let's kind of show you what's happened since then. We then traveled away to Oxford, and I think it was kind of a letdown. You could tell the side was not happy with the way things had gone after that Arsenal match. And you know, I can't still help but think of maybe if I'd have made a couple different decisions, we might have put a little bit more of a fight into that. But as you can see, but the only thing that came out of that was we had 3 players booked. We had more shots on goal, more on target, more clear-cut chances, more corners, a lot more fouls, and we were outplayed. George Rigg was the player of the match. Really no highlights. It was a 0-0 draw, so really kind of a bland match for us. We then turned around and hosted Margate, and they bounced back pretty quick on this thing. We came in against Margate and just pummeled them. 27 shots to their 8, 9 on target to their 2. Possession 57-43. Fouls 5-11. I mean, if you look at the shot chart down there, it shows the way we just were going crazy on this thing. Our attendance there was 866. Naby Diallo started off the scoring for us in the 41st minute. Tom Young's added 2 more in stoppage time in the first and the 59 minute. And I was real pleased with him. I mean, Billy Murphy got player of the match with a 9 rating on that one. Even against a defensive formation where they played a 4-2-2-2, we did really well on that. So I was really pleased with the results of that one. We then turned around and hosted Bishop Stortford, and this was not a good match for us. We lost this one 3-1. We scored first. Naby started off the scoring with us in the 8th minute, and then Elliot Ronto just went hog wild on us. I played a 4-4-2 this time. Wanted to kind of get both the strikers out there, and it did not go well. Statistics wise, it was pretty even, but he scored in the 14th, 45th, and 48th minute, and we pretty much fell apart. Player of the match, obviously, it was him on a 9.5 rating. We then turned around and hosted Truro, and this one, I thought we're going to come out with a draw in this thing. Statistic wise, pretty even across the board. And then all of a sudden in the 87th minute, they just came alive. Josh King scored in the 89th. Chaz Hemming scored Josh King scored in the 87th. Chaz Hemming scored in the 89th. And in the 91st minute, Josh King scored again in stoppage time. So within a period of about 4 minutes, it went from a 0-0 draw to a 3-0 victory for us. Josh King was the player of the match in that one. Once again, we're averaging about 850 at home. We then the last match we were going to play off camera, we traveled to Weston-super-Mare, and this was the perfect storm. We're sitting where we're at in the table. They're sitting 20th. How is this thing going to end up? And I put them in a 4-4-2 to start with, and then we swapped to the 4-2-3-1 because at the time that we scored our first goal, that was our first shot on target. They had 11 at that point, and ironically, when I changed to 4-2-3-1, then the statistics changed. They didn't get another shot on goal until about the 75th minute, and then they were able to score. It was 2-1. It was just a really unusual match. Tom Young's ended up with player of the match of that one with an 88 and his brace. We are going to be playing on camera today St Albans, so let's kind of look and see where we're at in the table. After 29 matches played, we are sitting on 63 points, 9 points clear of St Albans. They're number 2 in the table. So it was it's going to be a clash of the giants, I think, here. What was really interesting to me is they started asking me questions about winning the table or winning the league, and I'm really kind of shocked at that at this point. I know we're 9 points clear, but there's still some matches to play, and I mean, I know most people say at that point we're pretty much a shoe-in. If we look at the schedule, what we have left, we've still got quite a few matches left down here. So I'm concerned about the team getting complacent. I'm concerned about that kind of stuff at this point. The pundits are saying that we're going to win it pretty easily. You never know. Tom Young's, I've just been shocked with him. Kind of show you where he's at. He's started 8 times in 8 matches for, scored 9 goals. I mean, he's just been a shock and a half, and I'm really pleased with him. A couple other things that have happened to us. We lost our chief scout, and so I had to bring in another chief scout. I brought in James Agnew, which was kind of a step down, or Jamie Agnew. We got 3,800 pounds when we lost our chief scout. I don't remember where he went, but I was able to hire another scout, and this is the guy I brought in, Paul Butler. I had to pay 1,000 pounds to Leak to get him, but he is far and away the best scout that I have. So right now I've got 4 scouts that are out, and kind of what I'm doing is looking at trying to scout above me, because it looks like I've got a good chance of getting promoted. I've also sent a couple guys out on loan, and it's not showing it to me, but I've got Nick McCooty that's going out on loan, and I have also sent Lee. Name just lost me. I guess I did. Lee Marshall out. So I've got those 2 guys out on loan to get them some playing time. We've also kind of brought in a central defender, because I think this is kind of my weak area, Christopher Begonia. So I brought him in to play him as a central defender. And I'm kind of looking at next season. Where have I got to say these guys are good right now, but I need to step it up if we are going to get promoted. One area I'm going to really have to look at is my goalkeeper. Max O'Leary is phenomenal, but he is on loan, and I know he's gone. And if we take a look at the next guy that I've got to come up, Corey Harvey. Corey Harvey is 19. He's not there yet. And I guess I could turn around and play him some more, maybe even send him out on loan to get him some playing time. You know, it's what do I do? And I'm going to ask you, what do I do? Do I play Corey Harvey and bench Max O'Leary and take a chance on messing up this run that I'm going? Do I send Corey Harvey out on loan to get him some playing time and rely on Stephen Phillips, who would be my next keeper? How do I do this? Because I'm not going to have Max O'Leary next year, so it's going to be an issue on how to deal with that. I've also looked at trying to bring some guys in on loan. We're going to see how those play out. One of them I'm trying to get is this guy Alfie Kilgore, to bring him in as a center back, just to kind of get some rotation, get some different looks from the guys. I'm kind of at a loss for this. So give me some advice here. I've been asking on Twitter some feedback on different ways to do this. I want to make sure I get the scouting right. Maybe I'm scouting too many players. I've got them scouting a lot of different players, and maybe I need to kind of step back from that. So tell me what you think. What should I do? How should I approach this? And I just noticed, I looked at the camera, and because I'm recording this in the middle of the afternoon, it's real dark in here, but that's okay. You're here not to see me, but to hopefully see if I can win against St Albans. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and get that set up, and I'll join you back in just a moment. Here we go with the 2 sides, the way they're going to line up. I'm going with the 4-4-2 again. It allows me to get Youngs and Kundal out there. I know Josh King is a force to be reckoned with, but I think we've got him on the bench if we need to go with that. So I got Max O'Leary, Dan Ball. I'm going to have to put a nickname on this guy because I can't see his last name. Jack Batten and George Rigg across the back. Naby Diallo, Frankie Artis, Billy Murphy, and Shaquille Hunter are in the midfield. And like I said, Youngs and Kundal up front. And they also are setting on a 4-4-2. with the guys I've got on the bench, I can put Josh King in there, go to a 4-2-3-1 if I need to. So kind of give me a little bit of flexibility with that. So I'm going to go ahead and give them their instructions and give them their pep talk, and I will join you back. You know, sometimes I think once a team gets to a certain level, it's kind of hard to continue to motivate them, and I think that's what I'm running into with these guys. As you can see, I had 3 people affected by, and it may have been the choices I made, I don't know. But here we are, 4-4-2 standard mentality, flexible team shape. The instructions I'm going to give them, look for overlap. I think that works real well with my guys. Working the ball into the box, going to have them go more direct on their passing. It looks like it's going to rain, so I'm going to drop that back, go balanced, and I'm going to push them out a little bit wide. I think this speed that I have with Shaquille and Nabi is going to kind of help with that. So let's go ahead and get them out on the pitch. Looks like it's raining there. According to the pundits, we're going to lose this thing, and we may. St Albans may just be enough to deal with this there. I may even want to go back and set them in counter based off of what the beginning statistics look like. One thing that I've noticed that I've started to focus in on a little bit is I look at the referee and I see what kind of ref it is, if he's stern, moderate, lenient, and I use that when I'm kind of making the decision about, and here it goes, woo, get that thing cleared, about how I'm going to set up the defenders. Am I going to go aggressive? Am I going to tell them to get stuck in? And it seems to have kind of paid off as far as the number of cards we're getting, or it may just be me misreading everything. It looks like they are coming at us fast and furious, and there it is. 5th minute, first goal, his 3rd goal of the season, and we're down already. One thing I've noticed also that I've started to have some success with is my sideline talks, and it seems to have, because that Weston Supermare match, we were just, every time I pulled that thing up, they were nervous, they were complacent, and I think I want to say that I played a little bit in a part of that, getting them to calm down and be a little bit more focused. Okay, we'll do this, and they're not going to be happy with me, but hey, come on, guys, we're playing sloppy. And I think as soon as we get this changeover, the other thing I'm going to do is, because they're getting ready to go again, so let's make this change, put them on a 4-2-3-1. Spread them out and see if we can get something offensively going on with the ball, because when you're being outshot at the goal 3-1, and it's this constant, we're not getting the ball, we're not doing anything with it, and that's another corner to them. I mean, 5 corners, and you're not even out of the first half. I have a feeling this is, I was listening to a Bath City match today on Bath internet radio station, and they lost. They got beat pretty badly, 5-1, and you kind of listen to that and think, okay, well, and there's the end ball. So he's getting taken off because he's getting just used and abused. I'm not even going to take the chance because he's. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put Simpson in there. I know it says he's going to be playing out of position, but he seems to do well over there. So I'm not going to take a chance on Dan Ball getting burned again. Security Simpson's going to take it over to Shaquille, over to George Rigg. Come on. Yep. Okay. Nabi was fouled in the box. We got a penalty kick. I don't even know who I've got set up to take this thing right now. Come on, let's draw this thing level. Who we got up there? Greg Kundle's going to do it, and he's going to take the shot, and it's blocked. Jeez. Yep. Wow. Keeper played it perfect. Greg had a great shot. Keeper played it perfect. Let's put Josh King in. Make that change, and that's really the only change I can make. Well, at least we got something out of them there. See where they're very active right here in the middle, and they're leaving both the flanks wide open. So I'm going to do this. Let's get them out on the flanks, because it looks like they're packing everybody in the middle. I've got a deep defensive line, so hopefully we can kind of contain that. Here they come again. Daggammit. Cleared it. Nope. Oh well. 2-0 down. Kennedy Simpson can't even get it cleared in. Going to try across again. It's going to get picked up. And our second foul. See if Grave Kundle can redeem himself. The sad thing is, if he could have got that first one with this one, we could have drawn level. But you know, here we go. And this is Young's going to take this one. And he scores. There we go. 12th goal of the season. We pulled one back. Well, at least we're not going to get shut out. You know, it would be, I'd love to be able to get a third one, or a second one, excuse me. And let me take a look at this. I'm going to take one look, see if there's anybody in desperate need that we need to get off of there. I'm going to make, and this is probably going to be a disaster, but George is on a 6-5. Let's get him off of there. We're with Chaz. I know he's going to be playing a little bit out of position, but now it's much better than giving up and I was debating on whether or not to take Frankie out, and Frankie's just got a talking to. So it looks like we're 4 minutes plus stoppage time, and they're just pretty much standing out there firing at will. So we got 2 minutes stoppage time. Let's go overload. Let's try to pull one back and pump the ball into the box. And I'm going route one. Now let's pull them in narrow and see if we can, in the last 2 minutes of this, pull out an equalizer. Looks like we've got a throw in down here. Goes to Frankie Artis, back to Shakiri Simpson, and that's it. Full time. St Albans pull out the victory. Yeah, it was disappointing. I'm really kind of disappointed in that. We should have done better than that. We still have I guess it's down to a 6-point lead now. But they outplayed us. I mean, you can't take anything away from them. And if Kundle would have got his penalty, we would have drawn level and split it. But it didn't happen that way. So look and see if we got somebody else in there. Maidenhead 6th. So let's plan on coming back on April 1st, and we will see what happens there. Probably April 1st, and then see where we're at there. If it looks like that we've got a chance of securing this thing before that, which I doubt, I'll pull it back early, but I think right now we're going to say we'll come back on April 1st with Maidenhead. So, well, folks, that was not the kind of match you want to have online. It was boring. It was a disappointment for us, but you know, you win some, you lose some. It just kind of sad. Out of the last 4, we've lost 2 and we've won 2, and the 2 that we lost, we should have at least been able to draw 1 point out of. So I'm not happy with that, but that's the way the ball bounces. But folks, if you like what we're doing here and you have not done so, go ahead and subscribe down there. If you like this episode, you like watching us lose, I guess, go ahead and hit a like there for me. Either way it goes, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back for episode 10 when we take on Maidenhead on April 1st. Talk to you later.